last up we have air signs. So if you are a Libra, if you're an Aquarius, if you're a Gemini, sun sign or rising sign, then this is a reading for you. And hopefully this just brings you some guidance over the next month until the next new moon. And this is a really beautiful reading. Like, it really, really is. What I can feel, and you might not see this right now, by the way, this is a lot of the point of this reading, but what I can see is that you are at this point of your journey, and for you that journey might be healing, like emotional healing, physical healing. It might be a business journey, a career journey, it might be a personal development journey, like whatever your journey is for you. You're at this certain point now. And there is so much that you have done, so much that you've achieved, so far that you have already gone. Like, you're at this really good point. And of course, there's still more to do. Like, that's never ending, right? That's life. Like, there's always more to do. There's always, more goals to achieve in business. There's always more milestones to get to in business or your career. There's always more healing to be done. Like, it's never ending, right? But it's just really this acknowledgement of where you are now and today. And I can really feel this for you. And I can also really feel like the guidance here is that you're being asked to see this yourself. I can feel that you are maybe just focusing on what you don't have yet, or what you haven't got to yet, or what other people have achieved or worked through or got to in their business that you haven't yet. It's like, for whatever reason, you're focusing on what you haven't got versus what you've done. And this is really easy to do. Like, we're in a society that encourages that, that encourages to always be looking at what you haven't got, haven't achieved. Like, that's just kind of how we're programmed. So there's no shame, there's no guilt. Instead, this reading is just really asking you to actually sit with yourself and sit with what you've done and what you have achieved and what has brought you to this point, and everything that you've moved through, like everything that you've done to get to this moment in time where you are in a really good position, and you might not see it that way, you might not feel that, but I can feel that you're in a really strong position on your journey, and you're being asked to see that yourself. You're being asked to celebrate everything that you've done, instead of maybe focusing on what is still left to do, or in what you haven't done yet, or what other people have done yet. It's kind of this real shift in perspective. And one of the cards that I've picked here is the Five of Cups. That kind of really demonstrates this. And it's one of my actual favorite symbologies on the tarot card. So I don't know if you can see here, but basically, and if you're listening on my podcast, there's basically a guy that is, or a girl, I don't know which, that looks quite sad. And they're kind of focused on the 3 cups that have kind of fallen over, versus looking at the 2 cups that are very much upright. And so it's like this shift of, instead of seeing what you don't have, focusing on what you do have and what you have done and how far you have come. It just feels like this is really important for you right now. And, as someone that works a lot with spirit guides, like I channel spirit guides in all of my sessions for my clients, this is something that comes through so often, is this need to celebrate ourselves, to acknowledge what we've done, how far we've come. Like, we don't do it enough. And this energy of feeling pride, this energy of feeling accomplishment, this energy of feeling like you've done a good job already is so magnetic to all of the other things that you want, right? Like, it's one of the most magnetic energies. And this comes through all of the time for like so many clients, of just really acknowledging how far they've come, where they are at, instead of focusing on what is yet to come, or still hasn't been done yet. Now, some of the messages that came through from my spirit guides to share here for you are, okay, the first one's, there's no need to rush. What I love about this is just this reminder that, like, there's no rush. There's no rush, and I actually also picked the Knight of Pentacles here, and this is this card of like moving forward, but it's not a fast pace. It's kind of this slow and steady, one foot in front of the other kind of vibe, right? And this is like what this message is from my guides as well. It's like, there's no need to rush. Like, you're doing great. You're on the journey. This is a lifelong thing. Like there's no rush. There's nowhere to get to quickly. It's kind of like just keep going. It's this real slow, steady, congratulate yourself. Just keep going, one foot in front of the other. You know, and everything that you want is coming. Like you don't need to rush. You have so much already. And again, this is this acknowledgement of just sitting back and being like, what you've done, what you've achieved, how far you've come. Like really sit and celebrate that. What you feel matters. And what this was meaning was how you feel about where you are today holds so much power, energetically speaking. If you're in your position in life, in whatever journey you're on right now, and you're like, I haven't done enough, I haven't got to where I've got to yet, want to get to yet even, you know, I need to do better, everyone else is doing better than me. If you've got this kind of energy and these kind of thoughts, what you attract, what comes into you, how successful the things that you are doing are massively impacted compared to if you have the opposite of like, I'm doing great, I'm doing really well right now. You know what? Yeah, there's lots of places to go, but that's always going to be the case. I'm just going to really celebrate how I'm doing and really be proud of yourself. Like fall in love with your journey that you've already had, fall in love with the whole journey ahead of you. It's like, that is going to so much more positively impact what you do and the rest of your journey versus the opposite. Like the energy that we do things with matters. And it has such a huge impact on how you feel and how magnetic you are to opportunities, to the things happening that you want to happen, the results that you get, the abundance that comes, like, you know, if this is your business, or the success that comes if this is your business, like, oh my God, the energy that you do things with really, really matters. And so, you know, here my guides are just reminding you that it's like what you feel, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your journey really does matter. So really, really focus on that. And it's all coming. Enjoy it. And like, I just love this so much because it's like, again, like there's no need to rush. It's coming. Like enjoy the journey. You know, like we are always on this journey. It's never ending. Like that's just life. There's not somewhere to get to and then, you know, everything is done. Like that doesn't exist. Like when you get to where you're trying to get to, you're just going to extend it again. There's just going to be something more that you want, or something bigger that you want, or another goal that you're working towards. Like this idea that there's an end to a journey doesn't exist. So you're like, just start enjoying it because this is your life now and you've already done so much. You're at this great point. And it's like, just let yourself see that. Like, let yourself acknowledge that and see that in yourself. And don't rush trying to get to where you're trying to go. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. And, you know, trust that it's coming. Trust that, like, I can feel that you're on the path. You're doing great. You're on the right track. Just keep going, right? So I really love this message. It's just such a validation, I think, for how well you're doing. And I think for you, the main thing is just really checking in with yourself and loving on yourself and acknowledging yourself and being proud of yourself for everything you've done and everything that's got you to this point. And it's like this energy is going to fuel you. It's going to change what comes to you. It's going to change how easeful things feel. And, you know, it's going to feel really good at the same time. So I really, really love this reading. So let me know how this feels for you in the comments. And as always, I'm sending you so much love.